Hello, today I'm going to talk to you about how to use the interactive degree plans or the academic degree plans from Henderson Community College's website. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to Henderson Community College's website. I'm going to click on Education and Training, and then I'm going to scroll down to Program Finder. And just for today, I'm going to show you how to use the Associate in Arts degree plan. If your major is different, the degree plan may look a little different. Their functionalities may be just a little bit different, but if you know how to use the Associate in Arts degree plan, you can probably use just about any of them. So I will go ahead and click on Associate in Arts, and then I'm going to scroll down until I see Academic Plans. You may have certificates, diplomas, other things underneath here, but for the Associate in Arts, it's just the degree. And I want the current curriculum. So I'm going to click on XLS, and that's the Excel extension. It will automatically download. If your computer asks you if this is okay or safe, just click on OK or allow or accept or whatever. And then I'll open up the file. And this is the current version. This video was created in spring of 2020. So the current version may look a little bit different from your version that you have now, but the functionality should be mostly the same. The first thing that we notice is we have Henderson Community College Academic Plan / Application for Associate in Arts degree, a place for our EMPL ID. You don't really have to worry about the program code or the major, and then you can put your name in. As you can see, this is the 2019 version of this degree. The first box here is the academic success requirements. These are transitional requirements that you may or may not have to complete. You are not going to do all of these classes, and you may have to do none of these classes. Just work with your advisor on which classes you need to take. Notice that the only thing you can really do here is put the semester taken, and you can put down, say for example, fall of 2019, or you could have typed in F19 or some sort of term code if you know how those work. It really doesn't matter. This is just text, and it doesn't matter what you put in there just as long as you know when you took those courses. Notice that some of the boxes throughout the spreadsheet have a little red earmark at the top right. If you put your mouse over that earmark, a little note pops up, and that's just my trying to tell you some sort of message. So, for example, this note right here says, if taken, this course should also be listed under electives. So let's say that you did take the English 100 workshop. Let's say you took that in fall of 2019. Then I should come over here to the electives box, and I just need to include that English 100 over here in electives because it counts. And then again, I might just type in fall 2019, and that is a 2-hour class. And when I hit 2, you'll notice as soon as I hit enter down here, this is a counter of how many classes that we need. And for the Associate Arts, we need 60 hours, so we have 2 counting so far. So I'll scroll down a little bit, and the next box is called the Core General Education Requirements. Some people call this box 1, and this 33 hours are the general electives that we want to take for our Associate in Arts degree. So let's say that we took the English 101 in fall 2019. And notice when I hit that this is a 3-hour class, a couple of things happen. First of all, my big counter changes from 2 to 5. And then before, I'll delete that if you didn't pay attention. Look down here, we had 33 hours that we needed to satisfy the General Ed Core. When I typed in 3, it subtracted, and so now we only have 30 hours we have left. You get the idea about the semester taken, so for time's sake, I'm going to stop typing in those semesters, but on your own degree plan, you'll probably want to put the semester taken. English 102 is 3 hours. How do I know these? I just happen to know these, but by itself, the interactive degree plan isn't as strong a tool as if you use it with other tools such as the College Catalog or Visual Schedule Builder. So oral communications is the first option that we have where we have some choices. Now if I click down in the box below, notice to the right a little arrow appears, and when I click on that, a drop-down populates, and all of the options for meeting this requirement are here. Most people probably take COM 181, however, there are other options. Maybe you're going to take COM 252. These are all of the options offered within the KCTCS, but here at Henderson, we typically don't offer COM 205 or 281 or 287, or at least if we do, it's not very often. But you may take them at another college, or maybe you have transferred them in. Speaking of transfer, notice that there are some TRN prefixes down below. TRN means transfer, and the only eligible classes are listed. So, and I don't know what it is, but say that you brought in TRN 104 and say that says Oral Communications Technical Elective. I don't know if that's what that is, but the point is, if you have a TRN that is not in this box, you cannot use it, and that's by design. So I'm going to select COM 181. I happen to know that it's 3 hours. As a matter of fact, most of our humanities heritage classes are going to be 3 hours. Down here under Heritage and Humanities, or Arts and Humanities rather, you have one course must be selected and the other from Heritage. So the top box are our Humanities options, and the box underneath are our Heritage. So let's just say that I'm going to do Art 100. I know that that's 3 hours. And then I'm specifically going to pick for the Heritage, I'm going to pick History 101. But before I do, notice down here that there is a cultural studies requirement and that you can't type in that box. That's by design. When I select History 101, notice that this box automatically populates because History 101 satisfies the cultural studies. We can't double dip, so when I type in the 3 hours right here, I've accounted for that class, and I'm not confused about whether to double dip. If you want to fill out the semester down here and make it match right there, that's fine. If not, as long as this box is populated, that's what's important. We need 9 hours of social and behavioral science for the AA. Notice that we have a little parenthetical statement that says that we have to have the 2 disciplines have to be representative. They have to be different from the Heritage Humanities. So, in other words, I can't. If I had a social and behavioral up here, I couldn't have the same class down here. And I have to have 2 different. So, in other words, I can't have 3 psychology, 3 political science, whatever. So, I'm going to do political science 101. I'm going to do psychology 110, and let's say that I do psychology 180. And these are all 3-hour classes. So far, notice with 3 hours and 33 being a multiple, or 33 being divisible by 3, everything's working out fine as long as we don't have classes that are worth more than 4 hours, or 3 hours. However, some of our natural sciences and some of our math classes are worth more than 3 hours. So for example, I'm going to select Bio 137, which I happen to know off the top of my head is a 4-hour class. Now we have a problem because 5 is not evenly divisible by 3. And just to note, some people want to put 4 right here and then carry the other 1 hour over to electives or try to put them up here, which certainly won't work on the AA. So my advice is just put how much the class is worth, and then Excel will carry over that extra hour for you. And you'll see what I mean here in a second. So let's say that I take Math 175, which I happen to know is a 5-hour class. I've met the 33 hours, but I still need another math or science. Notice that the science classes are listed first and the math are below. Let's say that I take Bio 137, or excuse me, 139, which is also a 4-hour class. And Excel will automatically carry over those other 4 classes to the electives, so I don't have to worry about doing that math myself. I need 6 additional hours of Heritage, Humanities, Oral Communication, which, by the way, Oral Communication is specifically social and behavioral oral communication. And if it's not listed here, then you don't have to worry about it. It's not, unless it's listed here, it's not eligible. So let's just say that I'm going to do COM 254, and then let's say that I do Religion 130, which is cross-referenced as Anthropology 130. 3 hours and 3 hours. This additional gen ed, also sometimes called Box 2, is required for both the AA and the AS, except for the AS, it's science and math, science and quantitative reasoning. Now the electives, we have the first two boxes are specifically reserved. These are digital literacy classes, which digital literacy is a graduation requirement. Let's assume that we took CIT 105. And then FYE 105, we only have 3 options here. Some students may be exempt from that, but most students at Henderson are going to take FYE 105. Okay, so now the only thing we have left are electives. Let's say that you took political science 235. That's 3 hours. And then let's say you notice that I just typed that in. There is no drop box. This is really the only area where you can type in the classes. Let's say you had some transfer work, and I'm just going to type in transfer work. And you can, your semester taken, you can type in just one semester. Maybe that was your first semester here. So maybe your first semester here was fall 2019. And let's just say that you had 6 hours of transfer work, and you can group that all together, that's fine. And when I hit enter on the 6, this turns green, meaning that I have satisfied my 60 hours. I might give a little attention to this area right here. This is a checklist for application for graduation. So we've got our minimum of 60 hours. We have to have a GPA, cumulative GPA of 2.0 or higher. We have to satisfy both the digital literacy and the first year experience. And then what's called the residency requirement, which you can find in PeopleSoft or with help from your advisor. At least 25% of your classes has to be taken through Henderson Community College in order to graduate from us. So if you have any questions, you're more than welcome to reach out to your advisor. And again, this is a great tool, but it's best if you use it with other tools such as the College Catalog and also Visual Schedule Builder to help create a schedule for both this semester and then a long-term plan for how to graduate.